Best of 5 Grand Finals. I'm Rifkin, casting with LivyB. And spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, it's going to be the Yellow Terran player. We just followed him through his previous set. It's Speak Now, aka Byun.
And opposing him in the bottom right, it is the red Protoss. He is the creator.
Alright, creator.
Creator.
Oh, the. Okay, pardon me. I was going to mention, I had brought it up before. I didn't know if he was on Prime or not, because I know Creator Prime. He just rolls off the tongue. But he's actually just teamless right now, as it turns out. Before the game gets too far away, though, gotta give some shout-outs and some love. Dean Chevy with a $4 donation says, why couldn't the Zerg stand up to the Terran? Because he had no spine. Oh. Yeah, there's a stupid second part of that. Oh, hey Dean, your donation broke. I'll go read it up after this game. But I also want to give some love to Mr. Boris Makarov. He donated $10 my way. This is just a little something from me to you, and if you could please split this with LivyB, that would be awesome. Hashtag Trundle.
Oh, thanks, Boris Makarov. You're awesome, yo.
Boris knows you can't say Trundle in chat, so the fact that he donated to get around it, I don't know, man.
It's all good. Oh my god.
Why is this thing not updated? Okay, there we go. Second half of Dean Chevy's thing says, how many zealots does it take to change the light bulb? None. They cannot hold. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, I'm done with you, Dean. Your jokes are worse than mine, man. And they make me a little bit envious at the same time. Byun does get a nice scout here on Creator's base. Just going to luck out and check that first. Creator decided to go counterclockwise and then not paying off for him. Goes all the way around the map. Now, he doesn't know... Okay, actually does. He checked up there. So he knows that Byun's in the bottom left.
Oh, I like the sneaky probe here in the corner. Something's going down with this later on. I can feel it.
Yeah, I thought it was actually going to be a fair... I thought the pylon was going to go down right away instead of Stargate, but it's a little bit late for timing, and yeah, he's just going to scout now.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a proxy pylon go down, maybe even a proxy dark shrine. That would have been pretty cool. But he is macroing behind this, both players going up to their two bases. Reaper going in the main, going to get a pretty nice scout off here. Without taking really too much significant damage, jumps away, gonna keep the Reaper alive. Very nice for Byun. For a further scout.
Pretty important thing just became alerted to my attention. There's apparently a werewolf attack coming, and the only way to stop the full moon is with some retweets. So get on Twitter, guys, and hit up that retweet button.
You had me going for a little second there. I was like, what?
A werewolf attack? Oh no!
Oh no! Guys, get on Twitter and do that immediately.
It's a whole army of Channing Tatums from that movie that you like that no one else likes. I dare not say its name.
No, of course not.
Top left
Creator,
of the map.
though.
Yeah, he's got a probe. I'm really waiting to see what he does with it. I mean, this could literally be for nothing more than just putting in a couple of proxy pylons, but...
proxy dark shrine.
I don't know about that. That'd be kind of crazy. I would like to see something insane like that against somebody like Byun. It's worth noting, by the way, sorry, we mentioned it before, and we haven't gone over it too much because we've been a bit silly, but Byun, his TvP is so good. And the best part is, there's not even a particular reason why. It's not like he goes for some bullshit build, or Widowmine's getting these amazing shots that are just super OP. He just plays the game well, his macro is fantastic, and his micro is still, you watched it in the previous set. You saw him micro down those Banelings. It's just as good versus Protoss.
Yeah. I mean, but Protoss... I mean, Creator's PvT is also exceptionally well. We saw him in the early... I was going to say the early game. The early games of the day. That makes sense. But he did have trouble with a couple of double stack storms, but that was really as far as the mistakes extended in his PvT.
Big love goes out to Forces X, by the way, for the 14-month resub. Big 1-4, man. Thank you for subscribing for so damn long. If you haven't already sent me a message about getting a Partouf coin, please make sure you do. I'll be mailing those out today, actually. I'll be walking down to the post office later this evening when it's not 1,000,000 degrees in the middle of the day. Fuck.
Oh man, Blink is almost complete here for Creator. He's going for the Forge as well. He wants to get those upgrades for those Stalkers. And a medipack full of Widow Mines. Not full, but halfway full here for Byun coming down. And there's not really anything but a pylon to spot this on the side of the cliff. Oh, two stalkers coming in will force the medivac to back up for now. He also has an observer there, which is unfortunate. So the Widow Mines probably wouldn't have really done anything even if they were unloaded from the medivac.
Well, like I said, like Byun's not a player who relies on those Widow Mines getting shots. I really don't know where Creator sits either right now, but like as far as Byun goes, we've just seen so much of his own TvP, like constantly, consistently, and I'm really waiting for this production to pick up, because once it does, we're gonna start seeing drop happy Byun go off nuts. Now, Byun has also shown that he will go Vikings from time to time, and I really can't tell, even from the games we've cast, what prompts him to choose to do Vikings instead of crazy drops. But generally speaking, he has been going more Marauder heavy than he has Vikings, so we may just see him play this game out super drop heavy.
Yeah, I mean, as you say that, there's pretty much only Marauders in production for Army.
Yeah.
He's got the weapons upgrade, he's got Stim on the way, and of course all those add-ons for the barracks. But beyond that, it's Marine Marauder.
Marauder is such a... It's a disgustingly hard counter unit to most of what Protoss has. Colossus, Immortals even. Immortals are supposed to be like the counter to the Marauder, right? But no, like Immortals, like Stalkers, all the core units of a Protoss army go down very quickly if those Marauders get involved. Even Zealots, which don't take any damage from them, get kited all day thanks to concussor shells. They're just such an essential unit to have. Downside is that they are, you know, fairly weak in terms of the fact that they're tier 1.
Yeah, for sure. And as we see that sneaky probe in the top left-hand corner of the map finally put down a proxy pylon. Probe's still alive as well, so further proxy pylons could be placed in the future if he so wishes to do so. And a third base coming down from both players now as well.
The third, I don't know, a little bit more about Creators than Byun's, to be honest, but you got this attack coming up, and you can certainly run into this. There's really, the force fields are what's going to keep him back, if anything. We catch the Stalkers out of position with the Marauders. This is going to be really good. Try to blink away, maybe. There we go.
Yeah, he's forced to blink away here, but I mean, Byun, he's going to go to the natural.
There's no extended thermal lance. There's no extended thermal lance. Same range as the Marauders. Colossus is going to walk over the force fields, breaking them, letting him get back involved with the fight. Time Warp comes down. Byun trying to really just find an opportunity to fight, but he can't. Even the Photon Overcharge going to chase him back. He's going to lose some of the medevacs. No boost. On cooldown. Two of them do barely get out alive.
Very well handled from Creator there. He even aggressively blinks, maybe possibly to get an extra Marine or a Marauder, but does back up eventually. Now saturating his third base, while Byun actually has no SCVs at his own third.
Oh, yeah. I thought, by the way, that was really going to turn around on Creator. Like, when Byun starts stimming in, the force fields are like, okay, but they're not great. But getting out of there with mostly the Marauders is still good.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, Byun is still ahead in the army supply, but against Colossus, as you said, the bio kind of does melt quite quickly.
If he can sandwich this in, this would actually be really sick. Byun is coming with that second wave of reinforcements, and Creator's going to see this thanks to the Observer. But if Byun comes in from the north and the south, these two Colossus at that third are totally screwed. Oh, not realizing there's forces left in the natural, though. I guess he was just tunnel visioning what was ahead.
Takes down a pylon.
Here we go with the convergence, though. Both sides can't really walk away. Both Colossus is going to go down. Third one coming down, but it's in a very awkward, very odd spot. Can't really fight. Nice snipes, though. Getting two Colossus might not seem like a big deal for the amount of army dedicated to this, but the big part of this is Colossus are more considered slow tech in PvT. It takes a long time to get those out. You kill Stalkers, they just warp in a huge new line of them, not a problem. But you kill this Colossus, and that's a huge time investment for somebody like Creator. And it's about getting to that magic number of like 5 or so before you can really start fighting. Not going to be able to do that if you keep bleeding them out 1 or 2 at a time.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And Creator's actually leaving a huge chunk of his Stalker army off the side here, maybe possibly to catch any drops out of position. And on the flip side of the map, Byun, he's looking for those proxy pylons. He's about to spot one as well if he his Marine keeps walking to the left,
Excuse me. I'm the only one who brings up terrible female songs right now, like Katy Perry, for example. That was my thing. You don't steal my shtick.
So many Stalkers going down because Blink was on cooldown and he just could not blink away. So unfortunate there for Creator, but it's okay because he can warp in a bunch of Templars and Zealots in their place.
Meanwhile, this time the scan will see the Colossus here. Not going to get sideswiped for it, but walks into the... No, you can't walk into the Zealots like this. Let's shred him for days. Goes for the Immortal, does pick it off. Nicely done. Force Field, of course, is going to choke the Zealots out just a tiny bit. But while he stutter steps around here, he was almost ready to take an engagement over here. And Byun is like a one-man Archon team. Like, he can just do things that other people can't. 2 things at a time, even.
Yeah, and as we can see, his multitasking has been amazing so far. Just attacking the third, attacking the natural. Luckily, the third and the natural for Creator are actually quite close together. As we saw in the earlier engagements, could hold off that multi-prong attack quite easily.
Resource loss currently are almost dead even. Creator's going to look to actually even this up with some SCV kills, make a party. Confetti hype!
Some SCVs going down, but they do get cleaned up quite quickly here by the bio reinforcements from Byun.
Yeah, that Marine sadly still never found that pylon. Even if nothing else, just to see where the angle is coming from would be great.
It's nice. He's trying to run away with the Zealots at the top end of the map. Killing that poor Marine. Its shield drops to the ground.
Yeah, Marines. Sad life. This is a bit ambitious going for a 4th, I'd say. I mean, both ways where they have tech command is 5 ghosts command at a time right now. I mean, Byun's one of the few players that makes Viking Ghost work for him. Even amongst most Koreans, nobody even really measures up to Happy's level of Ghost Viking playstyle. Happy, of course, the European Terran I'm referring to here, but well, this big warp in the main gonna get denied. Nice job of the Vikings.
Yeah, that was beautifully done. So many of those Zealots just got cancelled there. But he is going to be taking his 4th base behind this, while Byun, no 4th base really lifting off to take that expansion. He does have the CC though at his 3rd base.
Yeah,
so, it's halfway complete.
Well, it's really important. The timing on this is so sick. It's 2-2 and then +1 on the vehicle weapon, so the Vikings are gonna be hitting just a little bit harder. Lots of EMPs available. Honestly, these Colossus are just gonna melt. If he gets even a fraction of them with an EMP, and the Vikings could just one volley down what little is left. Again, the Vikings do have +1 available. Storm gonna be a huge deterrent.
Oh man, it all comes down to this engagement. Both players so heavily maxed out. These Colossus can be taken out so quickly with such a high Viking count.
Yeah. Snipes on the Ghost, on Templar 2, by the way. This just went absolutely fantastic. Storms are missing most things. Couple EMPs still available. Looking for the Archons, only hitting the Stalkers. But this army supply count for Byun has grown quite out of hand and, quite frankly, very one-sided.
Yeah, as you can see, Byun taking the army supply lead. Even though Creator does have that 4th up protected by some cannons, there is no saturation there, so... I mean, he does still have a bank behind this that he can build some units with, but saying that he is still behind in army supply.
Looks like some Zealots got here to the main, by the way. Pretty big deal considering the fact that we are going to have those tech labs start going down if not careful. So quickly dispatches with this Ghost, deals so much damage to Zealots. What's that, 24 damage a shot? Not too bad. They take care of the situation very quick. But now Byun's out of position. Shabby. And I don't know that Creator's looking to push, but no longer is there like that fear of a contain. Should be fear of drops though. Oh god.
Yeah, what's really nice here for Creator is now that he's actually transferred some probes to his 4th base, and that 4th base is mining so happily, while Byun, he's kind of relying on this upcoming push whilst trying to get his own 4th base.
That's the probe walk right by that was going to go for the base. Nicely done. Depowers the pylon, denies reinforcements, unpowers the cannons, destroys the cannons. Now this next is probably going to be forfeit. One started to the north of this as well. We'll see if he finds out about it. That's a factory. I keep thinking there's like a couple of drops stacked up down there.
Yeah, this is such a nice engagement here from Byun, just picking off that 4th base and now securing his 4th base, transferring the SCVs. He'll be the one mining happily from the 4th base now.
It's funny seeing him expand towards his opponent, but I guess that's the advantage of having a planetary fortress. You can kind of argue that this will work. That's just the style of Terran. Well, yes, Mrs. Zerg, definitely, but not always versus Protoss. The planetary doesn't, it's not like hitting Lings, that's for sure. This ghost count, though, keeps increasing, and I really like this, because EMPs are just going to be so invaluable going forward, and it's not that there'll be 1 or 2, but seriously 7 or 8, if not more. Top right corner of the map is really hard to defend as well for somebody like Creator. It's so far away and so far exposed. I like these DTs, though. Not sure if Byun's realized that there's actually DT swiping at him or not.
Yes, nice to be back going down on that mini-back, kicking it off, in fact. Archon getting picked up before morphed in, but now there is a 4th base that Creator can start mining from, but Byun, he's been mining from his 4th base for quite some time now, being maxed out, banking up some resources.
Oh yeah, look at the income difference right now. It's 2,200 versus barely 900. It's ridiculous.
Those mules, though.
Because, I mean, the other thing, too, is, like, let's not forget, it's not really 4 bases. Like, they're mined out of their main, they're mining out of their naturals. Money's running low all over the place. And Byun just... he's got an income where Creator doesn't. This is kind of surprising to see, actually, considering how many bases Creator has taken on that right side of the map this game.
Yeah, Creator is way out here in the middle of the map, while there's a pretty large force coming toward his 4th base, looking to probably snipe it off. And Creator is completely out of position here. He's going toward his natural and 3rd base, as it looks like he sees some scans going down there, and he probably expects there to be like a pretty large attack, or an engagement rather, at this location.
This Ghost Viking count, though, is going to be so sick when it finally gets involved. Not just EMPs, it's going to be snipes on the Templar. There's going to be devastation. Top right corner of the map actually does get shredded. Instant party buttons, we saw confetti go flying everywhere. So one more party popper. There we go.
Party popper, I love those things.
Alright, looking for the EMPs. Lots of EMPs coming down. Even hits those Archons. Oh my god, it's like an endless supply of EMPs.
He's just got so many ghosts and so many Vikings. It counters this heavy Archon, couple of centuries, double Colossi, I'd like to say. Such a low Colossus count as well at this stage of the game.
I mean, that's why you started replacing, or that's why you started using the Storms for, right? Straight up to replace the AoE necessary from the Colossus. He realized how far behind he was to the Viking count. The Viking count is kind of insane. But double Colossus at a time now. The Robo was hoping to catch him off guard, but Creator's about to lose his last mining base. And that's going to be GG. Byun, he's going to take the first game in this best-of-5 finals.
I mean, if you can't pick up those Vikings, and you've gone into double Colossus production, you're looking pretty sad in that game. Yeah.
But thank you guys for helping stave off the werewolf. I'm not sure if we've actually managed to do it or not, but those retweets were appreciated. We're going to go to a small break, though, 2 minutes, and we'll see you guys in a moment.